Hello children, hope you are safe and healthy at home and are making best use of the lockdown period. While you're spending quality time with your family members at home, I'm sure you're connected with us through the electronic media and are in the process of learning. In the previous lessons, you had learned how to improve your reading skills. And I'm sure you must have started reading your NCERT textbooks, newspapers, magazines, and articles. This will not only help in improving your reading skills, but also it will help you to enhance your writing skills. I am Geeta Naveen Bhatt, and I will be teaching you about the writing skills today. Let's have a look at the CBSE writing pattern which has been given for you in your syllabus. Section B tests your writing skills. For writing tasks, there will be internal choice. Writing an informal letter on a situation, descriptive paragraph, person, place, event, diary entry in about 150 to 200 words based on visual or verbal cues, which carries 10 marks. And question 4 is writing a story based on a given outline or cues in about 150 to 200 words, which again carries 10 marks. Dear children, there is a slight change in the syllabus this year for you. Last year, there was no informal letter for the students of class 9th, but this year, CBSE has included informal letter for you, and also the paragraph writing or describing any event, person or place. This year, there is a change in the syllabus for your writing skills. Last year, you did not have informal letter, but this year, informal letter has been included in your syllabus. And story writing was there last year also, and this year again you have story writing. Today, I'm going to take the story writing part of your writing skills. Dear children, before we learn our writing skills, let's try to understand what are the basic language learning skills we need to develop before we actually start writing. The 4 language skills are listening, speaking, reading, and writing. This is also known as LSRW. When you look at the sequence of these skills, first comes the listening skill, which is the most important skill to learn any language. And then comes speaking, and then reading, and then the writing skills. If you need to master your writing skills, you need to really develop these 3 skills in a way that you are able to do very well in your writing skills. Children, as you are at home during this lockdown period, you need to listen to a lot of English programs, audiovisual stories, or many language or educational programs which are telecast on the Doordarshan or any other channel, or even on the All India Radio. And also you keep listening to a lot of English talks of great personalities. Once you start listening and develop your listening skills, you start speaking well. Do start speaking at home also and practice speaking the language. Listening is followed by speaking, and once you speak well with proper stress and intonation, without any grammar mistake and with proper pronunciation, you are able to read well. In your previous classes already you have learned the tips for improving your reading skills. So you start reading with proper comprehension. Once you develop listening, speaking and reading and start learning lot of new words, framing lot of ideas in your mind on various themes, your writing skills slowly develops. But it is not that you wait till you develop all these 3 skills and then think of beginning to learn to write. It's not like that. You need to develop all these 4 skills simultaneously in your day-to-day life, and you will get ample opportunities during this lockdown period to develop all these skills. Now, you had learned that your reading skills carries 20 marks, and the spelling or grammatical mistake is not checked in your reading part. So, if you comprehend properly and write down all the answers correctly, you can score 20 out of 20 marks. But in your writing skills, you need to be very careful as your coherence, your fluency, your content, your language, spelling, everything is checked. So dear children, you need to develop your writing skills in such a manner that you can score good marks in your writing skills also. As I told you, today we will be learning how to write a story with the given clues, hints or even pictures. Let us begin with learning to develop our imagination. I told you story writing is a skill which tests your creative writing and also your imaginative skills. In order to write a story, you need to imagine a lot. You need to broaden your vision. You need to imagine a lot of things. You need to picturize a lot of things in your mind. And then whatever idea comes to your mind, you need to put them in the form of a story or pen down in the form of a story in a very creative manner. So I told you, dear children, that you need to read a lot in order to write well. So in order to get a lot of ideas, in order to acquaint yourself with what is happening around you. So while you're reading a lot, I would suggest you to read a lot of storybooks during this lockdown period. You can read online stories also. There are a lot of online reading available, and many of the channels have do not charge any subscription fees these days, or they don't charge any fees for you to read online. So if you can do that also. If you have a good connectivity at home, you can read a lot of books online, and you might have read a lot of storybooks before also. So while you're reading the stories, you need to imagine beyond that. For example, let us take how to extend our imagination beyond what has been read by us in stories and try to put it in our own words and in our own way. Let's go back to the story of the hare and the tortoise with which we have grown up. Dear children, you might wonder why I am talking to you about the very simple story, the hare and the tortoise, which is maybe very boring according to you. But let us try to look at it in a different way. Let us try to imagine in what different ways we can take this story too. As per the old version of the story, we know that once there was a hare and the tortoise, and they decided to have a race between them. And as you know that the hare is a very fast runner, so it began to run, and it ran very fast, and the tortoise crawled very slowly and was moving towards its destination. When the hare turned and looked back, he could not see any trace of the tortoise. So what did it do? It tried to take some rest under a tree, because it was very confident that he would win the race, because he was very confident of his competencies, that he was the fastest runner. So he slept fast asleep. In the meantime, the tortoise crawled slowly and came near the tree where the hare was sleeping. And the tortoise moved on, and slowly it reached its destination, and the tortoise won the race. When the hare got up and ran fast towards the finishing point, he found that the tortoise was already there in the finishing point, which was really shocking for him. Then he realized that, and dear children, what was the moral of the story? That slow and steady wins the race. So this was one way of looking at this story. Now, if we extend our imagination beyond, now let's see that what the hare did. Now, the hare realized that he was overconfident, and it was his overconfidence which was the cause of his defeat. So what did he do? He decided to have another race with the tortoise, and both of them agreed to have the race. Again they ran, and this time the hare was more conscious of his duty, what he has to do. So what did he do? He did not stop anywhere, and he was determined to win the race. He ran very fast and he reached the finishing point, and he won the race. And as usual, the tortoise was left behind. Now what is the story here? The moral of the story here is fast and consistent can defeat the slow and steady. Now this time the tortoise was very fast and he won the race. He was conscious and he was alert and he could win the race. And now what happened? The story doesn't end here. We can take our imagination even beyond this. Now the tortoise thought of a way. Now he was concerned of how he can think of a way to defeat the hare. This time he planned a destination, and both of them again decided to have a race, and both of them began to run. As usual, the hare ran very fast and reached the bank of a river, where he could not move ahead because he did not know how to swim. So he stayed back and started to ponder, what shall I do now? How am I going to cross this river and win the race? To reach the finishing point, I have to cross this river. By the time the tortoise slowly crawled and reached there, and he easily swam across the river and reached the finishing point. Now, what is the moral of this part now? It is that you have to realize your competencies first. You have to recognize your strength and then change the playing field according to your competency. That's what the tortoise did. And now what happened? Now after these 3 races, both the hare and the tortoise felt that now we need to devise some ways in which we could prove our own competencies. Okay, so this time they decided to have the run in a different way. They decided to have the run, and what happened was the hare carried the tortoise on its back till the river bank. And from the river bank to reach the other side of the river, the tortoise carried the hare on its back to the other side. Now, dear children, where has our imagination reached? Here we are talking of teamwork. We are taking the story to a positive direction. So we have extended our imagination beyond what we had learned in our lower classes, that slow and steady wins the race. Now we have reached to the point where we are talking of teamwork. So the moral here is, we need not just think of our own competencies and be proud of what we have. We need to recognize others' competencies and learn to put together each and everyone's competencies to reach the path of success. So dear children, why I narrated this story to you was that story writing requires imagination, and imagination has got no limits. You can imagine the story in any way. It can go to positive direction, it can go to negative direction. In any way, you can take the story to any way, and you can give a proper beginning and a proper end to the story. Dear children, when you are writing a story, it must have a proper heading. And then you have to name the story. You have to give the name to your story. And then you start putting your imagination into your own words in a creative way. And then at the end of the story, you need to give a moral. Because everything we do in our life, everything we learn gives us a message, has got something for us to learn. So the moral of the story, like in the story of the hare and the tortoise, we saw 4 different morals. Okay? And each moral was a learning for us. And each moral took the story to a creative side. Therefore, we will learn, dear students, how you are going to write a story which is asked in your question paper. And let's look at the question paper and see the pattern of question you get for story writing. The pattern of question which you are going to get in your question paper is that you will either be given some clues, some hints, or maybe some pictures which you need to use to develop your story in about 150 to 200 words. So dear children, let's look at the CBSE question paper and also a sample story which we are going to see how you are going to develop your writing skill of writing a story. Dear children, now let's look at some elements of story writing. But before you look at the screen, I would request you to either click a picture from your mobile of the points on your screen or to note it down in your notebook, which will later help you in story writing. Now, the first element of a story is the character. A character is someone or something that takes part in actions depicted in the story. It could be a living person, a dead person, a ghost, an imaginary character, a robot, an animal, a toy, etc. You need to depict or imagine the characters which you want to put in your story and depict them in such a manner that they convey some message to the readers. The golden rule for selecting characters in the story writing is fewer are better. Animating characters with perfect adjectives and examples will make the story interesting. The second element of story writing is the setting. The setting is often decorated with descriptions of scenes such as supermarket, bedroom, a crowded train, a deserted place, etc. In your question paper, often the beginning talks about the setting, or if you have got cues, also talk about the place where your story occurs. So you need to imagine and set your story in such a way that it creates lively images in the minds of the readers. The third element of story writing is the plot. The plot comprises of events and actions of the characters. More creatively, you describe and logically connect the events and actions. Stronger the plot would be, and stronger the plot you create, better interest would it generate among readers. So here you need to put your imagination in a creative way. As we had seen in the story of the hare and the tortoise, we took the story to 4 different levels and imagined it at the end in a positive way, and we realized the importance of teamwork. So in the same way, you can plan your story or the plot in such a way that it gives a message to the readers or there is some learning in it. A plot has a start, body and end that are linked sequentially be events and character actions. The next element of the story is the conflict. In works of narrative, that is, if you are writing either a short story or a long story, conflict is a challenge main characters need to achieve their goals. The characters of the story do face many challenges, and it depends how effectively you make the characters find solutions to those challenges you are presenting in your story. Traditionally, conflict is a major literary element of narrative or dramatic structure that creates challenges in a story by adding uncertainty to if the goal would be achieved. While the reader is reading the story, maybe he will be thrilled to know what would be the end, how the character is going to come out of that challenge. So it is again upon us, how do we bring mystery in our story. So the plot is the place and the conflict is a place where your characters are struggling and at the end maybe achieve their desired goals. The last element of story writing is the theme, which is the central idea or main belief presented by a writer. It is skeleton or frame of your short story that is decorated by plot, setting, conflict and characters. So dear children, with the help of the elements we just looked at and your imagination, your creativity, you can write a beautiful story with a good beginning and a good end and with a very good learning moral which teaches us something. Now let's look at the question paper question about your writing skills, that is, which talks about your story and try to write a story. Let's read the question. Complete the story in 150 to 200 words, which begins as the following. There was a joint family of 6 members, including grandparents. It was the 75th birthday of the grandmother, and the family planned to celebrate. Now, this was the beginning of the story. Now let's see how we can develop this story and how we can give a proper title and a moral to the story. The title we have given here is Surprise. It could also be a pleasant surprise or the most memorable birthday of grandma. So we can give any imaginative or attractive title to the story. Now let's see how we can develop the story. There was a joint family of 6 members, including the grandparents. It was the 75th birthday of the grandmother, and the family planned to celebrate it by throwing a surprise party. The family began going out for preparations, and since it was supposed to be a surprise, they would leave their grandmother alone at home. As the big day came nearer, the grandmother started feeling isolated and lonely. She believed that since everyone was caught up in their own business, they had forgotten about her birthday. She felt sad but never expressed it to anyone. On the day of her birthday, no one wished her. Everyone started getting ready and told her that they had their own respective plans. The grandfather asked her to accompany him for a walk. It was all a part of their plan. The grandfather took the route to the venue and didn't make it look in a way that they could make her suspicious. Upon reaching the venue, the lights suddenly went on and everybody shouted, "Happy birthday." The grandmother was overwhelmed and tears of love came rolling down her eyes. This was the happiest birthday till then. Now let's see what can be the moral of the story. Making others happy brings back happiness to you. Dear children, you can write any moral as per your creative thinking or imagination. like we had read in the story of the hare and the tortoise, there could be different morals. It depends on to which direction you are taking your story to. So dear children, I hope you have learned how to develop a story with the given cues. Dear children, we just looked at one sample story, and I have tried to put the story for you in very simple words so that you don't feel story writing a great burden and finding great vocabularies or big words. So you can write the story in very simple words with the help of the given clues. You are at home, children, these days. So what you can do is you can find out some pictures either from the net or from old storybooks or any of your old texts, and try to write the story in your own words in very simple manner. Using all the elements we have learned, using your imagination, using your creativity. And you can also write simple stories. You can begin by writing very simple stories at home, because writing needs lot of practice. Unless and until you put your ideas into words on the paper and practice, you will not be able to write a story. No doubt you will make mistakes in the beginning, but you will become perfect when you keep writing and writing and writing. Now you have lot of time. And dear children, let me tell you, as far as the writing skills are concerned, whether you're writing a story, whether you're writing a paragraph, whether you're writing a diary entry, or if you're describing a person, a place, or an event. I've told you, writing skills requires creativity, good vocabulary, and lot of ideas and themes. Because while testing your listening or writing skills, it is seen that how creative you are. So therefore, don't worry about what you have written in your class notebooks, or maybe sometimes you have read stories from the guide, or you have heard lot of stories. So you need not limit your writing skills only to those things. You need to imagine a lot. You need to look for stories from your surroundings. Now these days, since you're at home, you're listening to lot of things happening around, you're spending time with your family, maybe you get lot of ideas to write story. Whenever you come out of the house and look out, maybe you find some new idea to write a story. So my request is, whenever any thought, any idea comes to your mind, please pen them down into a story and practice writing stories. During your lockdown period, or even during your vacation later on, you can write at least 10 stories so that you become perfect in writing and imagining and putting your ideas in a creative manner. In this way, dear children, you will be able to write perfect stories and also be able to score good marks in your writing skills. And dear children, let me also tell you, you might have a lot of doubts regarding writing stories, because whatever I have tried to put it in half an hour, maybe most of the things you might have grasped, or you might have some doubts also. So please, if you have any doubts, you might be having the phone numbers of your concerned subject teachers. Please, you can call them and clarify your doubts. So I hope you enjoyed the story writing session today. Stay safe, stay at home, and happy writing.